the talented farter. Nothing like kids and poop jokes.
Yeah, it's more than that. I'll tell you, it's the talented farter it's inspiring. It's about a kid whose only talent is it happens to be farting, tooting, if you will, and he can make his toot sound like everything you hear in the real world, like fireworks. And so, what's great about this book is it's beautifully illustrated, but it's touching, and it's also each fart is different. They're my farts. And they're not like your typical fart book where they're really short and just, they're long, they're funny. It's good for adults. It's good for kids. It's a great gift for the holidays. And I'm really excited about it. It's well done, I'll have to say. I'm very proud of it.
So what made you come about, where did this idea come from?
It came from, my inner child. And I think farts are funny. And I wanted to write a kid's book, children's book. And, my friends were like, okay, I don't know if anybody's going to buy it. And next thing you know, Simon & Schuster and Lake Press bought the book. And I had a blast doing it. And it looks amazing. It's really an amazing little book. And it's doing really well. We've been out for a week. And it's funny. My friends go, wow, you're going from Lex Luthor on Smallville to a fart book. And I'm like, yes, I have made it.
So, writing, do you tap into the same creative juices between writing and acting? Is there like a bridge between the two?
No, I always like to come up with ideas because I have a little ADD and my mind goes in different places and I get bored. So I just was like, I want to write a book. I want to play music. I want to do all these things. And it's just an outlet. And I pitched my agent who usually, he usually does authors of novels, and I pitched it to him, and I thought he was going to be like, no thanks. But he's like, this is really freaking funny and charming. And we pitched him. The first pitch we did, they bought it. So, I'm always thinking of stuff like this. I'm just always thinking of, I have a pet product called Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, because I was like, man, I want my dog's breath to smell like puppies again. So you just put it in the dog's water. It's odorless, tasteless. And I'm like, boom. And I created a so it's just like, if you have an idea, just go for it. Just like, what do you have to lose? And I'm really excited. And I think this book is just amazing. You got like folks like Henry Winkler put a quote on the back that says, Michael is a wonderful storyteller because he is funny, he is tender, and he is smart and very noisy. So it's just fun to, then ask your friends to read it and maybe put a quote in the back of the book. And it's cool. I'm an author now, so I gotta find out what else I want to do.
This book is disgusting and horrible. I have read it 147 times. Rainn Wilson from The Office. An instant classic by the gassiest and classiest guy I know, Jennifer Love Hewitt. How does that feel to have your account, your associates and friends really dig what you're doing?
Oh man, it's the best especially when they want to support it because they love it and they read it to their kids. And my co-star from Smallville, Tom Welling, sent me videos of him reading it to his kids and his kids just laughing, and that brings me joy. It's just like it's just cool. It's a cool thing. That's what I say. If you have an idea, if so many people have ideas and they just like, forget it. I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, just try to make it. See what happens. And so I made The Talented Farter, and it's a hard book, and the sounds are awesome, and I'm proud of it. And hopefully there's a sequel. Maybe The Talented Burper, or maybe there's a foreign farts. Maybe farts heard all around the world. Maybe little Michael, the character, goes to Europe and hears the farts of people all around the world. Maybe I'll have a scratch and sniff fart book. I'm willing to do it all. I'm really going for it.
How does it feel to like accomplish a product or finish a product, and what do you do to stay focused?
Honestly, since I was young, I just had this feeling that, no one, I'm not sure that everyone believed in me and thought I'd amount to much. And, and I'd really do these things. So my mind's usually like, I'm going to prove them wrong. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And so I think that goes with, I grew up in a small town in Indiana, and I said, I'm going to go to Hollywood and make it. And it was, boy, the odds were against me. And I think the odds are always against you, but I just decided not to look at odds anymore. Just go, eye on the prize, eye on the prize. And, it takes a lot of perseverance, it takes a lot of tenacity, it takes a lot of, balls. Really, I mean, you have to just say, I'm willing to look like an idiot, and it's okay. And to anything to make your dreams come true. So this is really a dream of mine to be an author, to and people laugh and think, oh, it's a fart book. I'm like, it's not really just a fart book. It's art. It's if you pronounce it art, it's still art. Okay, fart still has art in it. So that's what I believe, man.
Talking about keeping busy, you also have a podcast.
Yeah.
One of a gazillions. What makes your podcast stand out?
It's called Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. I think what stands out, we have great guests like Ken Reeves and Kiefer Sutherland and J.K. Simmons and Carrie Ann Moss. And I think that the reason I've interviewed 350 guests now, I think it's successful because I'm a fan. I'm like a kid, when I'm talking to these people, I'm not just trying to be like actor to actor, like those talk shows at night where it's like, tell me what you've done. This is more like, what do you do when you face adversity? How do you get through it? You ever deal with depression? You ever deal with anxiety? How do you get around that? What do you do? It's humanizing these people who seem sort of intangible and seem like they have the best lives, but you realize that we're all human. We all suffer. So I think that's the most important thing is just it's humanity. In each interview, I try to really find out, what makes a person tick and how they became successful. And if they hit a lull in their life, what do they do to climb out of it? So yeah, it's called Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. And I'm super proud of that. We've been doing it. And I have another podcast called Talkville, which is a Smallville rewatch podcast with Tom Welling, my co-star. And I never really watched the show. So now I'm watching every episode with him, and then we review it. And so that one's really funny. And people crap on the show sometimes, which I think is funny, but I'm very honest. If I don't like something, I let the world know. But I love the show, and it's good to look back and you really appreciate what you've done. And yeah, it's a blast. I love it. I love the podcast. I love the book, The Talented Farter. I'm just kind of doing whatever I can to keep busy and have fun. Have fun. Having fun is the most important thing. It's like it's a must to me. To do something, there has to be an element of fun in it, and I insist on that, on humor, on not taking yourself so seriously and just trying to enjoy life. So I think that's what I'm all about. That's my MO.
Well, one quick question. Hopefully it's a short answer too, because we're running out of time. You grew up in theater. What was your first role, and how nervous were you? And are you still nervous when you audition?
Yeah, I still get nervous all the time. I mean, but my first role was I was in high school and I was in the play Grease, and I was so freaking nervous, and I didn't know, like, I didn't think I would get through it. I like throw up before I went on stage, and eventually, the more and more you do it, hopefully, the less and less you throw up, and hopefully, it turns into confidence, and you're able to overcome those fears. So, I just. But I still get nervous. I still get nervous and everything. I'm nervous right now talking to you.
Okay, well, I need to go ahead and let you go. Thank you very much for your time.
You're the best. Thanks for having me.